Hey guys, Yaki here, and welcome to the racism update. But more than that though, it is the Halloween patch. As well, you can see I have a new hat, and also there are a few pumpkins scattered around the spawns, which is super cool. But once in a blue moon, the actual developer has updated the game. Give a round of applause, give a cheer. What's fun? Speaking about racism, it's not actually racism. It's just that you're able to pick your skin color in the new cosmetic Fresh Tone tab. Which is, well, what a name for a cosmetic, huh? And if it wasn't already obvious, your skin tone on your avatar no longer applies in game, so we're not gonna see any dummies or noobs anytime soon. And since it is October, the Halloween spirit is coming along in GD with the Halloween cap, which has been given access to, well, every class, so have fun using this cap. Remember though, helmets do save lives, so be aware. With the new additions out of the way, we'll go over the balance changes. The first one being, the Union's far range damage drop-off has increased from 130 to 225 studs, allowing it to 3-tap much further away. So, welcome back, 3-tap across the map, Union. Increase the aiming speed and bolting speed of the Whisper Silenced Rifle to match the Prince, hopefully making it a competitor rather than a downgrade. Increase the fire rate of the Nell. Do note it only affects shots that haven't been hammered, so it does not affect the double action trigger, so be aware. The deployment range of Jaeger traps has been reduced beside the deploying of trip wires. So Jaegers are no longer able to place traps from God knows how far away when you don't think they can reach you. So bear traps should be less of an annoyance, and they should be going into melee range when placing bear traps, so you can actually retaliate now. So have fun fighting against Jaegers. And Jaegers, well, I'm sorry for you. Greyhound is no longer disabled when injured. In addition, the same effect applies to Geist. It's actually great to see Greyhound be used to run from and into fights instead of just into fights and then when you get injured, just completely useless. So that's actually a great change. The outline of buffs from officers and vanguards are no longer shown to the opposing team. So if you see the light outline of an ally, it is not shown to the enemy, so they do not know what buffs they currently have, which is great as people can finally stay hidden with Apparition or as a Geist, so that's awesome. And the last balance change is that the Jesse rifle's recoil has been reduced slightly, putting it on similar footing with the Crestfall, as both of them are in a very big competition right now. With the balance changes out of the way, we'll go over the quality of life setting. Those being, cramped how fast weapons are drawn visually. Basically, your character doesn't hyperspeed draw out their items anymore. Do note, it does not affect your actual aim speed, as it will just cancel the animation if you do aim, so that's great. All knife skins, with the exception of Sacrifice, now have their own knife sheaths similar to the Stock, Nation, and Empire knives, based off of real-life counterparts. Do note, sword skins will receive them in the future, just not now as always, because the developer is very busy with real-life matters. There are new helmet optimizations by Nova, which I'll go into more detail a little later. The Army Machete has received its all action similar to the Dan Daniels, allowing you to wipe off blood off your machete, cleaning the blood off of it. So very cool. Do you know other melees are not going to receive an alt action? Most likely, probably. Controller players can now swap teams and surrender by pressing the X button while unequipped. So if you're reloading, make sure you have your gun out, otherwise you might just surrender or swap teams on accident. With the last quality life change out of the way, which I didn't know it was the last quality life change, we'll jump straight to bug fixes, or well, a bug fix, a singular one. That being, fix the bug causing the inverted campaign photo, which was, I think, when you were poxed and saw the photo, it would be inverted, but, well, that is patch version 1.2, and no Judicated mod, no honor mod, but, well, we'll just have to survive without them, as the developer is always busy, but they still want to update the game when they have free time, just not as much as previously. And, well, with the bug fixes out of the way, let's actually go into the helmet details, or the optimization of the helmet details. Now, I don't really know what any of this means, but I do know big number bad and small number good, so I'll just paste it on screen. And I must say, god damn! The plume had 7,000 to 1,800? Holy shoot, dude. If a whole server was wearing the plume hat, your computer would probably explode. What the heck? The Vanguard has, what, 16,000 and went to 4,000? If a whole server was going bang on your PC, wouldn't explode. It would just become a nuclear reactor, bro. What the heck? I was just looking at the Golden Empire. I didn't even see your nation. The Rancer went from 31,000 to 5,000. Hopefully, well, people are able to play the game much better knowing that a bunch of the stuff has been optimized, because this is the optimization patch, so yay. Of course, it can't be a patch without its main map additions, the first one being Estate by Another Space Computer, improved by Rural Programming and Novality, or just Nova, you know. And also Aurelian Nomad, and, well, like I said, oh my god, maybe that's my, of Japid's videos. Anyway, continuing on, this is Estate, which is an upscaled housing block for the wealthy, now burdened with the war like the rest of us, and it just has a bunch of height gameplay. You can play from above up here or below down here. You can get shot from just about anywhere on this point, and that's what makes it interesting, because you'll be up, you'll be down, you'll be all around, and well, it's super cool to see that type of dynamic that's actually not just staying on the roof, but like it's being, what is it called, promoted to be fighting up here because of the stairwells and yada yada yada. There's also a piano here, which is super cool, which you can't use unfortunately, but it is what it is, you know, it's a war zone. You can't be using a piano in a war zone now. And there's also a bunch of buildings with close quarters combat. So you have your height and you have your close quarters combat, which will probably make for an interesting set piece, and long hallway sight lines. So this is probably going to be a very interesting map to play on. Continuing on. And next up we have Renewal by VM Buddy 2, improved by Rural Programming and Rich E Money Bags. And it is a source coercion compound which repair uniforms from the Fallen, or taken off from the Fallen. And as you can see here, a bunch of these clothes are being washed off and being re-kitted and re-sued for new soldiers so they can dye in them, and well, the cycle continues, which is a super cool compound. And it's just a giant X marks the spot with this giant hallway, or these two giant hallways where you can see both sides, and also these four big rooms which you fight in, that's just great. That's awesome. It's simple, but less is more, which I like to see, and I think this looks pretty nice considering how simple it is. So yeah, that's it. That is version, or how do I say it again? It's been so long. That is patch version 1.2. And yes, there are special maps, but I'll go over those in another video, as I want to separate those from the actual main game additions. And that's it. That's the end of the video. Wow, it has been a long time since I had some actual content. See you guys. Peace. Something I forgot to mention is that a lot of the actual helmets got updated with the optimization. Like, look at this. Look at Sodat. This is actually so dang clear. Like, the edges are so defined now. Like, this is great. This is awesome. And I don't know if this like little top thing is mini, but now it's here too. Like, this is great. We'll actually just go through all of them because I haven't actually seen any of it. I do know that the Yook has his helmet fixed after so long. Previously, that top left cross on his helmet was not there. It was in his helmet, which is super weird looking, but now it's been fixed, and well, the lighting on this is beautiful. This is actually great. This is super cool, and I think the bullets are more defined. I'm not too sure, but York's helmet was always one of my favorites. I used the Golden Empire version, and just dang, with this optimization patch, they reduced whatever it is, but they also improved at the same time. Like, what the heck? It looks so clean, bro. There's also Mortician, which I'm not sure how they improved it, because I don't know, you know, we can take a look. Okay, yeah. It does look a bit weird. I don't know why. It looks like plastic for his mask. Maybe his mask is made out of plastic, but that does look a little weird. But I mean, looks great. I think the straps, I don't think they were yellow back then. Maybe I'm tripping. But yeah, that's cool. Next one, Officer. Well, Officer has a bunch of hats, which I don't, probably not that interesting. We'll just go on to the other helmets. Jaeger, and oh god, oh Jesus, something just looks wrong with Jaeger here. I don't think this isn't the same. I don't think this is this. It's like the Mortician's mask. It looks so much like plastic. But continuing on, I mean, it looks good. You know, because it's more optimized in general. And I like the shiny. But with the Rancer, obviously, it's been fixed. This little thingy on the side has been fixed. Finally, thank God. It isn't aligned, I think. Yeah, it's very aligned, but I mean, it's much better then the last one, and also there's also another strap on the helmet, which is super cool. That is awesome. Lastly, yeah, Vanguard, which personally, the worst helmet design of the Golden Empire is Vanguard. I know they reused the Nation helmets. That's super cool piece of war, but I wish they had like an actual net helmet, not this. I don't know. And the spikes are more defined. That's super cool, and well, the helmet's just more cool looking. And also the little strap thing, like the metal piece, it's not leather anymore. It's actual like metal piece. So that's great. That's cool. And a bunch of little studs here and there, and that's awesome. That's great. But I'm pretty sure the nation has received a major glow up as well. Starting with the Sodat, and look, it is much more improved. Like, look at that, bro. God dang, dude. The double stud right there on each side, and well, it is way darker than before, but it looks cool. It looks great. And next one we have Yuck, which I don't know what they updated with this one. Oh, they fixed the card. That's great. That's awesome. And yeah, it looks much nicer. I think previously it looked like a bunch of plastic, but now the mask actually looks nice. It also reflects too. That's sick. That's pretty cool. Next one we have Mortician. And I do know there are a bunch of bugs. I'm pretty sure I said in the video there are a bunch of bugs in the what is it? The helmets, but they're fixing that tomorrow. Looks good. Looks solid. Nothing out of note, nothing out of the ordinary. It just looks good. The helmet is like dark, similar to the Sodat, which, you know, quite changing, and opposite has its helmets too, or hats with all this other stuff, which don't need to go over. We'll go on to Jaeger, and it looks much more clean. And of course, he does have a helmet underneath, but God, no one sees that at all. But looks clean. Looks essentially the same, just much cleaner. And you have Ransom, which is even the biggest glow up I think I've ever seen in any game. I do know that the helmet isn't supposed to be even, but it just looks much better if it was, you know. Like, look at, like, dang! This is a clean ass helmet, dude. Like, what the heck? Oh, sorry, I was so close to the mic. I didn't even realize. This is such a major glow up, bro. Like, oh my god, dude. What the hell? This is insane, bro. It might look a little bit goofy, but personally, I like it because it's just, it's even now. And then we have Vanguard, which I think Vanguard was already fine as is. I love Vanguard's. This is probably my favorite helmet design in the game, and yeah, this looks good. What about extra detail with the weather? Oh, it goes up top and over. That's sick. That's awesome. Dog tag is still there, and oh, the top part is also detailed as well. That's super cool. That's great. And I think this faceplate has been shortened. I think a tiny bit. It looks kind of wider, but not like this wider. Like WIDER, but yeah, that's cool. And we'll go with the shock variants as well. First one we have is Sodat, and it looks much more clean than usual. And there is no purity seal though, but they're fixing that tomorrow. So yeah, and also the little like thingy up here, the diamond or whatever, is cutting into the pod unfortunately, but they're fixing it, so don't worry, because I am recording it the day this has been updated. So yeah, continuing on, we'll get the Yuck's shock kit for the Golden Empire. And it looks good. Nothing wrong. It just looks nice. No, the wings are cripping though, like the baby wings and the mega wings. So maybe that could be fixed. Continuing on, Mortician. The plastic mask. The plastic mask is unsettling me. Buckling up, it does look nice here though. It does look good. Awesome. Simple. Great. I don't see anything wrong besides like maybe the decals cutting off, but I think they can't fix that though, unfortunately. It is what it is, but it looks good. Looks about the same, looks about the usual. Continuing on. I think Officer's radio hat has been updated, like the headset. Yeah, it does, look at that. I don't think that was there before. This little like top piece. I mean, you know, my hair has always been here, so I can't really tell, but yeah. I'm gonna backspace myself across because I don't want this radio noise to bother me the entire time. Okay, there we go. Next up we have Geist. And that mask is too green, I think. okay. It looks solid. Do you note though, this like mask that he has is clipping into his nose, but they're fixing that, so don't worry. And his chain is actually made out of gold now. Or at least like painted gold. That's cool. Nothing too interesting. Continuing on. Rancer. Yeah, it's been fixed. Cool, awesome. That's great. And yeah, pretty simple. I just wish this entire helmet was gold, you know? Like, it's so weird having the horns be gold, his face gold, but not his helmet at all. Like, they painted Sodat's helmet full gold, Ryuk's full gold, Jaeger's mask full gold, but not his helmet? This is personally like the biggest blunder I've seen in a shock design. I guess it looks good. Like, I don't know, man. Like, out of all the shocks, like gold, and then not gold? Like, why are the horns gold, but the helmet isn't, you know? Like, that just looks weird, personally, to me. Because, you know, this is supposed to be a shock hit that's defined and you're able to see. If I was standing back here, like, from the back, and I saw his helmet specifically, I would not know this is a shock. Because I'm not looking at his horns, I'm not looking at the frag, I'm looking at his helmet, like, that's not a shock. But like, face side, like, yeah, that's a shock. But, I don't know, you would think that his helmet is full gold because all the other shocks are gold, but it isn't. It is what it is. And next up we have Vanguard. I don't think nothing much has changed. This looks much more clean. Simple, cool. The crown is sick. And, well, yeah, it just looks much more clean. Onto the other side now. I just realized they're probably going to optimize the guns sometime in the future, just not now. Because the guns are probably what drags the entire game. But helmets probably do make a giant difference, though, which is good. That's awesome. Looks much more clean here. And both of the Sodats have had their edges defined, like the helmet rims, which is super cool to see. Because I don't know, they weren't just as defined last time. I didn't realize that there were tally marks on the helmet. I did not see those at all. They're so dark. Maybe have like make them white or something. I did not know they were there in the first place. That's actually a super cool detail I didn't even notice before. And helmet just looks much more cleaner. That's great. Onto the Ryuk. Probably the greatest blunder of the helmets is the Shock Nation Ryuk, because it's just a face paint. It isn't anything cool, like, I don't know, chain around Sodat, or Mortician's like cool scarf edition, or, you know, like Jaeger's. It's just Rance's like thing on top, and then also the face paint, which, you know, it's not the best design. Similar compared to, I know Bulwarks on Nation have the cool face paint, but this is just, it's okay, I guess. But you know, it's cleaned up, it's shiny, cool. Next up we have Mortician, which is the Frame Trooper, and well, cool scarf, the eyes, cool. I wish they were more glowy though. I don't know why. It just looks like plastic, and simple, cool. And I don't know why, but I thought these three like things at the back were like the symbology of like the nation, like the three kings that you see on the their flag. Like this, see this? Am I tripping, or like is that the reason why these three like spikes are here on the bandana? I'm not too sure, but yeah, that's super cool. And of course, the little thingy right there still moves. That's awesome. Next we have off. I think we already know. We'll go just jump straight to Jaeger. I would say difference, probably more cleaned up. The spikes are going into him though. A little weird. Probably should fix that. Maybe that was like that before, but I'm not too sure. But cool. Not gonna complain about it. Looks sick. Like nothing wrong with it. Looks cool. Looks good. There's just the tallies I can't really read that well, and like the red just looks weird on the chainmail. Maybe it's just cause like he's headbutted so many people. If that's the reason why, then that's cool, but looks a little bit weird. But cool, awesome. Cool to see the actual, you know, thing. The shock be good with this new update helmet. Well, the Rancer, the Roar Nation Rancer. And lastly we have Bork. The frag is as beautiful as ever, and looks clean. the thing I complain about. It also has the little the tallies right there. Super awesome. And overall, the Vanguard helmet just is much cleaner. Awesome. Well, that's all the shock and also helmet update, which I didn't see until now. So yeah, pretty cool. Like I mentioned, I haven't seen most of the stuff. For example, the Night Sheaths, and it's the Imperial, and looks clean, looks super cool, looks super nice. Awesome. Cool. With all that have sheaths now. Next up, we have the bayonet, which we'll check out right now. Dang, looks good. I don't know if it's supposed to be this model. It probably is. Yeah, it looks like it's on purpose. Looks good. Looks nice. I'm probably gonna rock the bayonet because I think the bayonet is one of my favorite knife skins in the game. Simple. Next up, we have Farrer, or Kruger, however you pronounce it. I'm not that good at pronouncing things. Oh, it is that big boy. What the heck? Dang, it even shows off right there too. That's cool. Then lastly, we have Testament. It's just a giant cross. It looks like a wooden baton, but then it's a knife, obviously. But dang, that's sick. I'm definitely gonna rock all the other knives now because of the sheaths that I added. That's awesome. I don't know if it beats, Knuckle Duster Nation knife though, but it's cool to see all the other sheaths finally being added. Super sick, super cool. Because when I edit this, I don't actually test out this. Oh my fuck. Sorry guys, I didn't move my leg.